got this one out and got it cleaned up. It's a tomback. It's been broke, but that's the way the tombacks are. They're real brittle. It does have a shank on it though. I'll take it. I want you to look around the outside edge of this one right here. You see all that decoration right there? If you thought I wasn't going to find another harmonica reed, you're wrong. It says Teamsters 135. Another good flat button though. A deep old. I'll take it. You digging with 7 when you finding flat buttons. Out of all the buttons to be bent, I want you to look around the outside edge of this one right here. You see all that decoration right there? That would have been a beautiful, beautiful button right there if it hadn't been bent. And I'll tell you something else, this was out of a hole. Next to a hole that had already been dug by one of us. I've got another relic here. It's just part of a toe tap. You can tell by the little nail holes or tack holes there. Maybe some more of it around here. I'll check. There's an old relic right there. Part of a scissor handle, one side of it. I found 2 or 3 of those. In fact, I may have found the other side to this one on this side. I'll just have to check and see. I'm going to tell you, I had to work for this one here. It's 9 inches deep, and I think you can see it right there. It's a flat button. Looks like it's going to have a shank on it. That's what I'm after right there. You digging with 7 when you finding flat buttons. Using my 17-inch coil on CTX today. A fairly deep hole there. Tell you what I like about this side here is that I get a lot of round balls. Another nice one right there. Looks like that might be a 40. I don't know. But it's a good find. Hear how terrible that sounds? But you hear that little squeak in there every now and then. I'm going to dig it up and let's see what it is. Okay, I've got the plug cut out. You see it right there. And I've cleaned it a little bit right here. I see it right there in the bottom. You see it? Right there. It's going to be a flat button, and it's not going to have a shank. The shank is broke off of it. But you hear how nasty that sounded. I run all of my machines wide open with the sensitivity turned up just as high as I can get it without it chattering too much. But there's another good button. This one here is probably, I guess, 6 inches deep. I've got one of the prettiest round balls that I've ever found. It's been fired. It's flat on that side right there, but don't you look how round it is right there? Nothing has sounded good here today. And that one there is probably about every bit of 8 inches. I've got a button right here. Hadn't cleaned it off yet. It sounded, Ross, like crap. I mean, it was terrible. But all of these signals have been pretty bad today. Spot I've already hunted quite a bit. Another good flat button though. A deep old one. I'll take it. You talk about white patina. Now that one's got it right there. That's a nice round ball. That's been fired. You can see. That's a 44. Sure is. Nice round ball there. Crossing the river here on the Cumberland on the ferry. While I'm doing that, I want to do a shout out to my buddy Spud Diggers. You see his channel there on your screen. Check him out. I think that you'll like Spud Diggers. I will leave a link in the description below. So like, subscribe, and share. And be sure and tell him that Seven sent you. I'm on a new site. This is just over the Tennessee line. I just started. I don't guess I've been 30 seconds in, and I've got a spoon that will help me date this, because I can get a back mark off of that right there and get a date. So we'll see what else is here. If you thought I wasn't going to find another harmonica reed, you're wrong. There's another one. I believe 11 straight episodes this year with a harmonica reed. I just opened this plug up and I haven't even touched it yet. But I've got another spoon right there. It looks like I hit that one with my shovel a little bit. Still a good find. On down below where the old house was, and I've got another spoon. I've got 3 now. I can get some back marks off of and kind of get an idea of the house, the age of the house. Screaming signal right here, just because it wasn't very deep. It's a 2-hole sewing button. Not sure on the age or the date of that. Probably the spoons that we found are going to give us some indication on that. Mid to early 1900s, though, I'd say. We'll see. I've got a hole right there that's probably about 6 inches deep, and I pull this little piece out, and it says Teamsters 135. It's got a truck, and it's got AF of L on that truck. I'm going to do a little bit of research on this. Evidently this was a Teamster trucking company. Whoever had this pin, which I suspect it's a pin, looks like it had a pin right there on the back. Might have went on a hat. But anyway, I'm going to do a little research on it and see what I can come up with. It's an interesting find. What an interesting find. Teamsters 135. That local union was established in December of 1940 in Indianapolis, Indiana, and even today it's one of the largest local unions with over 16,000 members. Here's a picture of a truck driver that drove for the Teamsters 135, Albert Taylor, in 1942. On the badge, the truck has AF of L, which means American Federation of Labor. That federation was founded in December of 1886 in Columbus, Ohio. In 1955, the AFL combined with the CIO, the Congress of Industrial Organizations, So that places this pen before 1955 and probably in the 1940s. The AFL building is a National Historic Landmark in Washington, D.C. Interesting about the Teamsters here is that Jimmy Hoffa was elected president in 1957. As you well know, Hoffa disappeared July the 31st, 1975, and was declared legally dead in 1982. So a lot of history with this little badge here. I'm scouting a new place today up in the woods. Supposed to be an old house up in here, and I'm getting quite a few signals right here. I've dug 2 or 3 jar lids, and this is the first thing that I've dug that's any count. Anyway, it's some kind of clip. I don't think it's a suspender clip, but it may be. I'm not sure on that. I've never seen one like that. Anyway, it's an interesting find. I'll take it. I got a 76, 77, and I just brushed the leaves away, and I haven't touched it. But it is a Cohen right there. And I'm not sure what it is. Let me clean it up a little bit. Well, I'm positive that it's a wheat cent. Little branch down below me there. You can just about see the profile of Lincoln right there. And I've got my glasses, but I can't get a date off of it. Maybe I can when I get home and clean it up, but I'm sure it's wheat. First Cohen from this place. Just brush the leaves away, and you can see it. Here it's a spoon laying just right on top of the ground. That will help me date this old site because I can get a back mark off right here. Man, that spoon's in great shape.